What's going on, everyone? Jack here from Half Chrome, and this is the Radiomaster T8L, and this is a beginner low-cost radio to get into the hobby, and it has a couple of really cool features that I want to tell you about. Okay, before I go any further, this radio is only 30 bucks. That's crazy. $30. This thing is fantastic. Definitely something you should consider if you're a beginner. Definitely something you should consider as a backup radio. Yeah, love this thing. All right, let's get into it. First, let's just kind of walk through the design here. As we look at this, right, it has Hall effect gimbals. These are really nice. Now, I'm no gimbal snob, but I do know these are pretty solid. The switches on the top here, these two on the sides, they're kind of like momentary switches, but you can change that in the web interface, which I'll get to in a second, which is also really cool. We got 3 position switches here. This is a 2-position switch, and then we do have a dial as well. Plus, this button here, this M, does a lot of things, including making it really easy to bind ELRS receivers, right? Then we have some trim switches here. This is a nice little radio, a spot to put the sticks in the back. Then if you peel this open, this is where the batteries go. They're not included, you got to buy them. They're 18650s. You want one on each side. So this is a really nice radio. It feels good in my hands. I like that we don't have switches that are going to break off on top. I think that's really important for beginners. And I do have this USB-C port on top, so I can connect it to my computer for the web interface, for a simulator, and to charge. I can't understate how awesome that is right there, the web interface, right? So a lot of times, I'm not a fan of budget radios because I don't have a screen. I can't see what I'm doing. It's not super easy to customize, but Radiomaster has a built-in web interface. I'm gonna show you how that works. Okay, so step 1, you're gonna hold down this M button and then power on your radio. That puts it into the right mode. Then I'm gonna connect my radio with a USB-C. Now that I'm connected here, I go onto my computer and I go to RadioMaster-RC GitHub IO RM web page connection HTML. Right there's, I'll put a link in the description down below to make it easier for you. So now that I'm here and I'm connected, I'm gonna click connect, and I'm gonna choose the Radiomaster and connect there. This is kind of where the awesome stuff happens. So right off the bat, what I did is I changed SA from a click, right, from a momentary. I like to actually arm on this channel, and I use this one for turtle mode. So I put SA and SD on single. That allows them to be 2-position switches. You can change things in here if you want. Lots of things that you can just update, right? So then we have channels, right? I can check my channels here. I can see that my channel 5 is this 2-position switch, right? So that's my aux 1 essentially. If I want to change that, I can do that in this channel mapping here, right? So let's just say I want to change it to how I usually do. I make SD, aux 1, aux 2 is SC, aux 3 SB, which it is, and SA is right there. So that's how I like to set things up. You don't have to do this, but I figured since I'm here, I'll do it. RF settings, right? This is where if you want to put a passcode on here, you can. Now, I can just bind by holding on this M button, and that's the binding button for the radio. You turn on the binding your receiver and it binds. But with ExpressLRS, I like to create a binding code. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the Wi-Fi on my radio. Now I'm going to connect to that Wi-Fi on my computer. So I'm going to find the ExpressLRS transmitter and connect to it. The password, if you've never done this before, is ExpressLRS, all lowercase. Now that it does that, open browser and connect. And I need to go to 10.0.0.1. I only know that because I've done this a million times. And boom, I'm the ExpressLRS configurator. I'm going to add my binding phrase. Surprise, it's Half Chrome. Save and reboot. Now I've got a binding phrase on my radio. I also can do calibrations here, and I can update the firmware really, really nice that I have this web interface that makes setting this radio up so much easier. Now, I did say you could use this thing with a simulator, and I think that is super important, and I think that is something that all beginners should do. Don't just bind this thing to a drone. Get your radio, learn to use it in a sim. I'm using Liftoff here, and it is a lot of fun to just kind of get some practice in. See if I can hit this gap. Yeah, we got it. This is the best way to kind of learn how to fly, right? In a simulator, get some practice and, practice those tricks that you see people doing. Get comfortable with the remote, get comfortable with, flying, doing acro especially. It is not easy, right? You gotta get some practice in a simulator before you go outside and crash your expensive drone that you built or you spent your hard-earned cash on. Simulators are great ways to do that, and when you crash, it doesn't matter, right? I'm going to click that button, and boom, now my drone is just as good as new. So absolutely practice in a simulator. It is an excellent idea. So this radio, it's fantastic. It is an excellent backup radio. It's great for a beginner. It's not going to break the bank. Now, is it going to replace this guy? Probably not. I really like this premium TX15. It's just a really solid radio. Or, of course, you could opt for the less expensive Boxer. RadioMaster has a whole lineup of really good radios, and this is definitely something I would check out. In terms of the small gamepad style, this is one of the best I've ever used. I'm a big fan. I think you should consider it, especially if you're getting into the hobby.